everyone, and welcome to my backyard. Today I just thought I would do a quick tour of the backyard garden and yeah, just kind of show you how it's looking. This is, I think, when I took this video is about, and there's my little cute pup, around the 1st of August. So this first bed here, that's cauliflower, or what was supposed to be cauliflower. They didn't even start to grow heads, so I pulled most of them. I think I still have 2 left that just have the tiniest of heads. We have pole beans, green beans on the right, and the long beans on the left there. And then this bed is all peppers, and the front little bit is green beans. And this is my first year of actually doing really well with peppers. We got banana peppers, jalapeno, and I'm not sure exactly the other ones that I have. I think I stuck little sticks in with the names of them on. I'd have to pull them, but I tried to stick with this bed was mostly hot peppers. And then of course I have some basil in there to help what I was hoping to keep pests away. But yeah, these are doing so well, and so many peppers growing off of one plant. And then here we got that's just one tomato plant, and I believe it's aroma, if I'm not mistaken, that needs a little bit of love there. And then we have some carrots here as well. And in the next bed, we've got some dill and strawberries and chives. The strawberries I need to separate because they're just in big clusters, so that is a to-do of mine. But yeah. And then we're gonna move over to this other bed, which is a sad bed. It's got just a couple of onions that are not doing very well. I'm probably just going to pull them because I don't think they did well, but the rest are strawberries, and I'm hoping this will just be just a strawberry bed for next year, but getting that taken care of, I'm hoping this year. And then moving over here, we have I tried zucchini in pots this year just because they take up so much space. I was hoping yeah, to try them this year, but it didn't really work out too well. The one in the blue didn't produce anything, and this one, it looks really huge, but it only gave me 1 zucchini, so I'm thinking it just didn't have enough room in the pots, but not sure. And here we have peppers. I think there's 2 tomato plants in there, and at the front here it was pickling cucumbers, and it definitely is at its end. I just have a couple more. I'm waiting to see if they produce anything, but they look really sad, so I think I just went out later this day and pulled them all just to try to clean it up a little bit. But it was my first year that I actually grew cucumbers. That they just failed the last 2 years, so I was very happy with what I did get. And this is a very sad, sad tomato plants here. I need to do so much trimming and tying them up. And then this is just the back of the beans. These are pole beans, and I do not have high enough arch that I did originally want to put it on an arch, but we didn't actually get around to doing that, so I just did that. So we're still picking them, so it's great. There's our beautiful tree. And then we have more tomatoes over here, and I still needed to trim a lot of these. And we had peas growing on that little fence. I don't know if you can see it in the video. And I think a week or so before, I had just torn them all out. We produced a lot for us. And yeah, so I got a lot of tomato plants growing. And yeah, just needed a little bit of love is all. But we are starting to blush there, which is I think the first one there that you see in that video. And this is our apple tree, and I'm not sure, we have a Gala and I believe a Red Delicious. So this is the first year that we are actually getting any apples. And this tree actually has what I thought was rust, but I guess it's oh, I can't remember the proper name for it. I have to treat it, but it looks like rust anyways. So I have noticed it for a little bit and I haven't done anything about it, so I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm hoping to take care of that. And then we have another apple tree there. This one did not produce at all, and I'm thinking it's because it's not getting enough sun because of our tree, which we're going to take care of, cutting a few branches down. And we got some more tomato plants, 5 tomato plants here. We got carrots, and there was a couple lettuces in there. And again, on this day, it really needed to be trimmed down. I have taken care of it since this video, but yeah, sometimes life gets in the way. Anyways, we got some asparagus growing here. I really wasn't sure that it was going to take, but it's looking not too bad. This is the first year, and I planted them just direct seeds. And then all along this fence is tomato plants. At the very end here, I have some just in pots and then some growing bags. Yeah, and this is my St. John wort, and I've already taken a lot off of that, and it's very nice. This is it was supposed to be my herbal garden area. Some didn't take at all, so I'll work on that better next year. But yeah, these tomato plants are indeterminate, and they will grow up as high as the fence at least. Last year, a few of them grew taller than the fence, so I do have to trim, and none of these on this video, I think, blushed at all, so we're still fairly early at that point in time. But lots and lots of tomatoes growing. And then we come over here, and just this year, around April, I think, we planted 2 blueberry bushes. This one is, I don't know if I killed it. I have pine around it, and then there's a stevia plant that just kind of separated, but it's just one plant, and then this other blueberry bush, which seems to be doing okay. It lost its leaves, then it came back, so I'm not sure what the issue is here, but yeah, hopefully we'll get something next year. And then we have, this is the bed we actually pulled the potatoes on already, and so I planted beans. There's 3 rows. 2 are just I don't know if it's green or yellow beans I planted, and then I wanted to try some red kidney beans, and I think a couple pinto beans. I'm not sure. I think that's what I planted. Anyways, so just a couple of them have started to pop through so far. So I decided today to pull the carrots. They're not the biggest carrots by any means, but I will still be able to do something with them. And I wanted to replant to get another harvest of carrots before winter. So we still have a few more months of growing, and so that's what I did this day. So it's nice and early this day. It's not even 7 a.m. I love to get out there first thing when I wake up, even before I'm like dressed, to get out to the garden before the heat and pick everything that I'm going to pick, and just to get an early start to my day. It always makes me feel like I accomplish a lot more when I get a head start. So it's the next day, and I was just out in the garden early this morning picking the last of the carrots that I had. So this is what I pulled yesterday that you've seen, and then I pulled the rest today. They're not big at all, but my plan was to do one more round of carrots before winter comes. So if I pulled these, even though they're small, and jarred these up, I will still be able to get another round of them, hopefully bigger. I tasted them and they're so sweet, they're so good. So I'm very happy to have what I do have here. And then I pulled the last of our lettuce out there. I think I did anyways. I'll have to go double check, and I've washed these already and I'll make a salad later. And then as I was out there, we ended up with these really huge tomatoes. They're not fully ripe, but what I started to notice, well, you'll see here, that was happening. That's happened actually to a couple of them, but they're all, you can tell they've been splitting. So this is what I've done for the last few years. Once they start to get to this point before they get really bad, I will pull them, and I think I normally put them on my kitchen table, but that's like, 2 months of tomatoes everywhere. I think this year I'm going to put a table in my living room front window and let them sit there until I'm ready to do something with them, till I have enough. But yeah, I was surprised at the amount of large tomatoes I have, because I pretty much just planted Roma and, oh, I can't remember what the other name is. I'll look it up. Anyways, but then I did get some tomato plants from my mother-in-law, who always grows extra for anyone who does like me, and killed half of her tomato plants. But so I'm very happy to have them. So that's what I'm going to do with those. There was a couple banana peppers that were ready to go. I think this one I accidentally pulled a little soon. It has a little green in it. It needed a little bit more time. I'm really hoping to get a whole bunch for pickled peppers, the rings, so I don't have to buy those this year. That would be wonderful. So anyway, so what we're going to do today, oh, and then the other thing, I got all of these beans. I did pick a whole bunch more beans, so I'm going to get these pickled now that we have enough for that. So I am using Bernardin's book here. This is the very first book that I've ever bought, and I use it because I really like it. So I'm going to be pickling the carrots today and the beans. And so I've just finished making the brine, and the jars for the beans are coming up to a boil, and we're going to get started on those. So 3 cups of water. Three cups of vinegar, 3 tablespoons of pickling salt, bring to a boil. So this recipe that I'm making is the Dilled Beans on page 306. Now, I am veering a little bit from that, so I'm just letting everybody know now, like, I'm cold packing these. So I'm just going to put, I'm thinking this might only fit into 2 jars rather than 3. So I will only fill up 2 jars and the third if I need it. Just a couple peppercorns in each. a little bit of garlic in the bottom of each. We like ours really garlicky, so I'm thinking that's going to be good. What else do we need? Oh, dill sprigs. So these are from my garden, and these have been dehydrated. I find that the dill does not come up at the same time as all the other vegetables. These are usually done way before that, so I hardly ever get them fresh, but I've dehydrated the both parts of the dill here. Though this is actually from last year. I put this year's in a different one so I can use up that first. Okay, so then what else do we have to put in here? We got the garlic, the dill, the peppercorns. Oh, and does this one call for? I'm also going to add, and it doesn't say that this one has it, but I'm going to also add in crushed red peppers. The carrot dill one that we're going to do next actually calls for this, so I'm just going to, I don't even have to measure, I'm just going to sprinkle some in. If you don't like spice, just leave this out because it makes it very, very spicy. But my husband loves this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that these will fit in the jars. So I am going to try to get it where they just come around this part. And then I'm going to cut them off and put them in a bowl, and what I'll do with the smaller parts is I'm going to just put them in like a 500 ml with the same recipe. So, oh dear. Okay, I'm just going to continue this part. So I'll just tell you while I'm doing this. I think I've mentioned before, so my husband and my oldest son are industrial roofers. So that means they work with the tar. They'll do like the malls and stuff, the flat roof with the stinky stuff. That's what they do. So when it comes summertime and it's hot, this helps them so much because they can get dehydrated so fast, and they can get really sick. My husband actually has come home, and on his shirt all you see is all the salts that have poured out of his body, and him and my son were getting really not feeling well for the first little bit of summer. So I said, oh, let's start you guys on the pickled carrots and beans, and they said it made a huge difference. That, and they started taking bananas and stuff. The potassium also helps apparently. So, and it's also 10 degrees hotter on the roof because they're working with black tar, so that makes it that much worse. So anyways, just a little story. If you know anyone that works outside in the heat in the summertime, this would be a great thing for them. Yeah, these long beans are kind of flimsy, so it's hard to get them to keep straight while I'm trying to do this part of it. Okay, there we are. I'm not so sure this is going to be enough. I'm just going to pour this over. Now you can tell it's not super hot because I'm touching the bottom of the pan. I think I'm going to have to make some more. You know what I'll do is I'll show you the process with just the one jar, and that way I won't bore you with making another one. I'm just a little short. Oh, that's too bad. So then we also put another sprig on top. I'm not sure what that is. A little piece of black something. And then how much you put the pickling crisp on there. And it doesn't give enough quantity, so I'll just do 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm not sure exact amount. A little less than that for this one. And I will add that at the end for that one. Just going to debubble. Okay, so we're going to wipe the rims. And fresh. Lids on. Finger tight. I'm going to put these in the water bath while they're waiting for that. That's going to take a couple of minutes, so I'm going to wash some carrots. Vegetable cloth from Norwex I'm going to use to scrub off some of the dirt. Oh, looks like we've had some bug damage on some of these. I'll have to be very careful with these ones. Okay, I'll keep them separate. Oh, that one too. That's the first time that's happened. I have not had an issue with carrots. I've had it with potatoes before. We've had bowls. Oh, that one's pretty bad. That one again, my goodness. Okay, and because these are quart size and not the pint size, I am going to put them in for an extra 5 minutes. So pint size is for 10 and the quart size is for 15. So the timer just went off for the beans there, and they're going to sit with the lid off for 5 minutes before I take them out. And now I'm going to put on the, sorry, excuse the noise. My dog just came in from outside and he gets excited. He sounds like he's going to eat someone, but it's all play. Anyway, so let's just get you closer. Okay. So this is going to be for the carrots. It's going to be 2 cups of water, half a cup of the pickling salt. Let me turn that on. Oh, it's on. Okay. And 6 cups of vinegar. And then that's just going to come to a boil while I finish peeling the carrots. And another minute or 2 before I take out the beans. Okay, that's on. I'll give it a stir. And that's going to take a couple minutes. These look great. Oh, it's okay, Rio. It's okay, that was just me. I have a meatloaf in the oven for dinner tonight. So on days like today, I'm so thankful to have the freezer meals that I prepared. Oh, and then my son was moving my tomatoes into the living room on a table, and he dropped one and it broke wide open. So my first freezer tomato of the year. And the fruit flies are starting. They are terrible. Okay, I'm gonna leave that over here, I guess. So this recipe for the dilled carrots says it will take 500 milliliters. So I got the jars all set and ready there. And then I will continue. It is so hot here today. It's so, like, the humidity is up so bad. I don't even know. I haven't even looked at my hair. It's probably like this big. Excuse me. So, and of course I have the oven and the stove on, so I have a fan going in the background. Actually, I never thought, if you guys can hear that, I'm sorry about that. So because these are all small, this is going to take me quite a while to do. So I've done these a few different ways. I've done them where you just slice them, and then I've done them like matchstick type. And that's the way my husband prefers it, especially because he takes it to work, and it's just easier to eat. So that is the way. This one is really, it's so much lighter than the others. I don't even know if that's going to taste good. I don't know that I'm even going to bother to put that one in. I'll just try a little piece. Oh, tastes good. I really thought it would have no flavor, but it's always good. Oh, the top has a little green. We'll take that out. Yeah, I think last year I did a late season carrot harvest as well, and I think they say you can pick carrots up to, like, they can handle like 1 or 2 frosts, and then after that they kind of get ruined, I guess. So I think it was the 2nd or 3rd week into October here that I picked them, and they were great. So that is what I'm hoping for again this year. I want to get more of this pickled stuff on the shelf, because you never know if you're going to have a bad year one year, and then you're going to either miss out on the product on your shelf, or you have to go purchase it. And even still, I don't even think if I've seen pickled carrots in stores around here. Either way, but I have to tell you a story that my husband will take this to work, as I've already mentioned, and he has shared with his coworkers a few times, and they really, really enjoy it, especially with the spice in it. So one of his coworkers went to the store to purchase something, and he said, he goes, it's not even remotely close to the way that I make it. So, oh, there's still some dirt in between here. Finally got all of these peeled and cut into the size that we're going to use. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 jars. Yes, 7 pint jars. Okay. So we're going to put a little bit of garlic. It says a half a clove of garlic on the bottom, but I'm just going to use this because I haven't dealt with my garlic yet this year. So, and this is what I used all last year, and it's perfect. Is that going to do, you know what? I don't know that it's going to do all 7 jars. Okay, let's just leave it like that. This one doesn't have peppercorns. That was just the last one. Okay, and it says for some hot pepper flakes. This recipe actually, oh, that one's going to be spicy. And I'm not measuring because honestly, I don't feel like it. But it's roughly half a teaspoon. Okay, now we're going to put these in. Let's see. Actually, maybe that should go upside down. Now some of these are really small. Not sure how I'm going to pack these with those. I might just keep a separate jar for the really small ones. My knife. This one's a little big, so we'll just stick that in there. There's room on top so I can throw some of the smaller pieces up there. I think that's good. This one has a little gap. Okay, so that's 2 that are ready to go. Should put the fat one on the bottom there. There we go. What are you doing? It's carrots. You can't have any, buddy. Well, I mean, you could, but here. You can't have any. Get down. You can't have carrots. Are you hungry? Are you trying to tell Mommy that you need food? You're the cutest. Okay, I hope that I have enough. This one had extra, so that's great. Now I have to... And then it is some pickling crisp. I should have put that in before I did the liquid, but I'm a little backwards. We wipe the rims really good. Oh, I forgot this too. Oh my gosh. And we're going to can or water bath these for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to clean up from this. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I put mine in my pressure canner just because it has the metal plate across the bottom, because the jars are not supposed to sit exactly on the bottom because there's a bigger chance of breaking. So that's why I just use my pressure canner, and I just fill it up accordingly with water. It's just easier that way rather than getting out my big one. Actually, I need to use my steam canner too. Yeah, I'll do that with another one. I haven't done that yet this year. So anyways, okay, so 10 minutes. Okay, well, that is it for today. It's been a very long day, but I'm happy to have the carrots all done and the first part of the beans done. No, it's not a lot to put on the shelf, but it's still something, and I am very proud of that. And yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you on the next video. Take care.